Hey Jarvis.
Hey,
Hey, how are you doing?
what's up, everybody in the
What's
house?
cooking? You
Yeah,
know,
nothing much, nothing much. I'm having my coffee, my after dinner coffee, and now I'm doing fine.
the coffee.
hmm
Yeah. So what's cracking in South Carolina?
Well, today we were at a gator zoo or alligator farm, and we saw a lot of alligators,
Gators?
gators.
Not Gatorators?
No, no.
Nah.
But
This
we saw crocodiles, gators. I saw a bobcat and a lot of other wild animals. So it was nice, and the kids loved it. So yeah.
oh, as long as the kids loved it, you look happy. You got your share of Gatorator, and did you manage to catch the game? Did you see the kids today? The 1-0.
Well,
I'm the
I saw the
guardian of Donny van de Beek and Donny. Give me a goal. That was so amazing to see. I'm
Mm,
so happy for Donny van de Beek. Basically, he's been having this bad luck for past 3 years. He's been out injured. First game, he scores, and second half.
mm.
Amazing. So what else? I have a lot of scintillating guests in the background. I'm a little bit surprised for you, to be honest. So,
Good.
guys, if you are ready, I'm ready to bring to the stage Johnny Ball as well. Johnny, how you doing?
Hello there.
Hello
Hey,
there, Johnny.
How you doing, you two?
Not too bad. As crazy as usual. I miss my wingman. Yesterday I was flying solo, as Maverick needs his goose, and Goose is back. So we're
mm.
gonna pluck the feathers today with No Bullshit United. I got some things prepared for you guys. Yeah, 100%. So, Johnny, how was your game experience? Did you watch the game today?
Yes, I may or may not have watched it using a alternative stream method.
Oh, well, same as me. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah. Good game, no? Very good game.
no, we might slip on a banana, but let's introduce our special guest for today. The guy just signed his medicals. We're talking about Andrew Onana. Welcome to the stream, Andrew Onana. Onana, what's my
What's
name?
my name? What's my name? Look at me. I'm going to save all the shots. I'm going to improve Man United. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. My
Mr.
name is
Onana,
Andre.
if we're going to the bar, you're going to save all the shots for us, right?
You already know.
I know. If you know, you know. But we have a serious question for you, Mr. Onana. And apparently you passed your medicals today, right?
Yes. It was a very, very easy medical. It actually, matter of fact, let's talk about from when I landed at 7 p.m. And then Fabrizio, I had to change my travel plans and update Fabrizio, but you know what? It's about getting here, and I'm proud to be a Red.
Well, that's what it matters, Onana. But you know what? I have some further questions for us. This is what the fan base is asking. You passed your medicals, you have a little bit dodgy experience, with doping effects. Like, you were banned for 9 months for taking pregnancy pills. What is that all about?
Well, it was dark. I didn't want to turn on the lights. I just confused the bottles. The pills looked the same. It's just popping a pill, And I needed to take that, sleeping pill. And then next thing, I end up, ingesting something that is considered, not good for an athlete
That's
to
good.
have.
So we can assume that your pronouns is still he, him, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And what's he going to do for this season? What's your expectations?
He is going to, first of all, make United attack in a brand new type of way. He is, first of all, going to connect the Ten Hag triangle in a way that's never been connected before. Andre Onana, I am going to find Bruno with my eyes closed. I'm going to find Dallo with my eyes closed. Anybody, who are we getting? If it's Højlund, I'm going to find Højlund.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds promising. I mean, you look like a blind TV wonder anyway, so how are you going to find them? You're going to tap them?
I just take my pills. I just gotta take my magic pills.
Welcome to the stream. Football Power Hour in the house. And God, guys, we are ready to rock and roll. Fantastic. You can take off your shades, man. Like, thank you. Guys, smash
That's
the like.
Andre Onana.
Last time we had you on the show, you didn't believe that Onana was coming. You were going crazy, screaming out to the neighbors, Onana.
Everybody
viral.
had to know. We actually, what was special about that was that we knew maybe 2 or 3 hours before Fabrizio broke the news. So it was
Roshmano.
Yes. Roshmano with the assist, and it was really, for me, it was probably happening at that time when Fabrizio was receiving the news, or about to receive the news. So it was just sort of one of those things where it's a special signing, which I believe we're going to have a brand new identity. We saw a little bit of that today, actually, in the preseason game today. But I'm excited for the seasoned Onana and how he's actually very decisive. But it seems like the choices that he makes a lot of the time are just the best choices. He finds the spaces. Yeah.
What about his attitude? I think it's the most important thing, how he applies himself. He looks like a shitster, doesn't really give a fuck, to be honest. He said it in the interview, like, fans can cry, moan as much as they want. I don't really give a fuck. He said, all I care about what the gaffer says, and that's what matters to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jarvis.
Yes, sir.
Astute. Onana is in the house. We got an Onana. He slipped on a banana, and now we have a replacement in Power Hour. But, you reckon he's going to get on his bike as soon as possible to America? The medical's passed. He's waiting for his visa, right?
Without a doubt. We need him as fast as possible to get into the team, learn to know the other players, learn how Ten Hag wants to play. But we already know he knows Ten Hag's style. But I'm under the impression that football is changing at the moment, and the way De Zerbi introduced the possession-based counter-attack football this season is going to make Ten Hag think. And I believe we will try to spin a version of De Zerbi ball with Ten Hag next season, because the thing is, we can't stay in possession if we are trying to hit Rashford in the back. So I
hit him in the back.
We gotta hit Rashford in the back. Rashford. So, yeah. But the thing is, I think we need to find a similar kind of setup while we play in the back, wait out the opposition, and then counter-attack when the whistle blows.
So, officially from MUFC Realist TV, welcome Andrew Onana to Manchester United.
Onana.
What's my name? Onana.
Yes.
He saved the game. This is going to be astute, right? I'm going to go to Johnny Ball here. So, Johnny Ball, I put you on mute because to reduce some background noise. But in regards to the game today, we saw a Mateo Kovar doing exactly almost what Onana can do. How impressive do you reckon he was today?
I liked him. He was dominant in the box. He came for balls. He was playing off the 18-yard line, which is what we want our keeper to do, rather than stuck in the 6-yard box. You could see he'd been playing like professional football for 12 months over at Sparta Prague. He definitely has come on leaps and bounds since his academy days and playing for the under-21. So, for me, I reckon he's got to put himself in position for a number 2.
Yeah, 100%. 100% with this exodus of, let's say, David De Gea, with the incoming of Onana, there's linked to this Yamaha Suzuki motor scooter. I'm not sure, 20-year-old Japanese. I don't think we need him. I think Kovar will be the number 2. Why not? I mean, obviously, guys, Onana is going to play most of the games, but in terms of these cup games, qualifiers, you give a Kovar a chance. The Czech Republic, he played really well in Czech Republic last season as well, over there in their league as well. But guys, Jarvis, please help us, because there's over like, how many people? There's 200 people in the VER room. And for you that it's new, the show is all about you guys. The VER room is the chat room. So we have our usual suspects. Who do we have here? Edward Reed, Jamie Wayne, a lot of Jamie Wayne. I think he's like a Simon's twin set. Stephanie Griffith is in the house. Jarle Malmin is in the house.
RJ, Simon Heron, Neil Driscoll. So many of the famous familiar faces. And I see here one from Harv. He says, waiter, get me a crocodile sandwich and make it snappy.
Crocodile hunter, mate. So big up to all of you for tuning in. Definitely, it's been a crazy day today. To be honest, I watched the football at 3 p.m. where I was sitting. For some people, what time was it in US? Was it early morning?
Yeah, early morning. So no, during the night. Did you see the game, Papi? Oh, you're on mute.
Papi's on mute. Onana is on mute.
Oh, yeah, I saw the game. Sorry, I somehow muted him. But yeah, I saw the game. It was early this morning. I mean, for me, I'm on Eastern time. I had to wake up at 9 a.m. and make sure that I'm tuned in.
That is dedication, sir. That is. I mean, wherever you are in the world, wherever you're tuning in, like Angie, she's got to do her papers, get some couple of hours of sleep. Big up, Angie. Big up to all of you for tuning in. Reber is in the house. Reber Bakir. Donny is not good enough, I believe. Well, hang on. Donny scored today. I am the personal Galaxy guardian of Donny van de Beek. I think that he's been having very bad luck. I think, and we're going to cover that later on, I think that he's going to be given a chance. He's on the preseason tour list, flying out to US. I think that Ten Hag will assess him. Ten Hag has put an arm around him. I've seen the training photos on Carrington. He believes in Donny, obviously, right? He's one of his prodigy sons, right? So who's to say that he's going out alone or not? If this is the season, it's going to be Donny's season, revival season. Sancho, I think he did brilliantly in the first half as well, as a number 10, right? Did he play a 10 or 9?
He played as a 9.
Played as a 9. False 9.
False 9, yeah. False 9. It's better than the false 5, Harry Maguire. That's by the way.
No, but also, like, why is Sancho playing that position though? It's like, I mean, I get it. Maybe because Anthony is back. Ten Hag is trying to see how Sancho if he can excel at all, and maybe be an option for us to play through the middle. But I don't know. He's struggling. And it's very hard to also just sort of, that when you're judging his performance, you have to judge that it's a brand new position for him, at least at Man United, and maybe as a 10, he needs to have somebody supporting him, and it all boils down to our need for a number 9. But I'm sure we'll get to that.
We're in the need for. Maddie, hi to you as well. Jonathan was saying he's going to go take the dog out for a walk. He'll be back. Fantastic. Whatever you are in the world, just say, we are in for a treat this season. I think it will happen, Harv. Yeah. With people talking about the Lucifer Morning Star saying, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Lucifer. What's good? What's good? What good? Smurfy saying, what's good? All good in the hood. We are cooking it up. I'm just looking for Tom is in the house as well. Glazer might say more PR. Yeah, true. We're going to talk about that as well.
Yeah, we have to.
It's getting boring, right? Ring the bell like hell. Yeah, Ruby's in the house. Everyone's in the house. So Onana, na. Listen, I'm done with this shouting out, because if we're going to shout out everyone, but you know what? We're going to say hi to Neil Driscoll as well, Alien Tenor as well, one of our regulars. We changed the time today because so many of our audience are with our partner as well, our good friend Joe with Flying Pig, and he's decided he wants to go 10 p.m. every evening. So I said to Joe, look, you know what? I'm going to go at 9. You can do it 10. We're not going to sort of compete against the audience. And that's how you collaborate, guys. That is how you collaborate. So Andre Onana is Papi Onana now. Papi Onana.
I'll take it. That's a great nickname. Yes. No, I was representing Andre Onana today. You know, he's my African brother. He's the Great Wall of Africa has descended into Carrington.
100%, mate. 100%. Listen, guys, if you want to throw in some contributions, super chat stuff, feel free to do so. Not compulsory, but as we go on with the show, I'm not going to be able to sort of look at all the comments that you are writing. We have grown substantially enough. We are past 15,600 subscriber as of today as well. So that big up to all of you. And the growing pain is, you know, it is simple. It's like I never want to ignore the VR room. But, you know, as you're producing the show, as you're focusing on content, it's getting harder and harder because the more people come in there, you cannot simply read out everyone. So if you want to contribute it with something, highlight something, we would definitely read it out. And big up for all of you for becoming a member as well. Thank you so much. Let's kick on the show, people. Let's kick. That was signless. 16K incoming. Yeah, well, we're aiming for 20K by Christmas at least. Why not? Why not? What's your reaction, Mike? Oh, yeah. Okay. What's your reaction on Mike Keegan's statement? Glazers remain in charge. That's a good opening statement to open the show because I immediately posted a YouTube short regarding my opinion regarding that. So let's dive right into it, guys. Let's just, you know, I want to call it, you know, bullshit or, you know, call it a spade a spade. So I will start that Mike Keegan is praised for his magical sauce. According to his video that we're not going to view, the question is, does he have the right ingredients involved in this report?
When Manchester United kick off the new Premier League season against Wolves at Old Trafford on the 14th of August, the Glazers will still be in charge of Manchester United. There may be an announcement tomorrow. However, everything that I'm hearing is pointing to that not being the case. And clearly, there is an issue here. This should have been done by now. This whole process started last November, and we heard this needed to get done before the transfer window started, and now we're looking at beyond the new season. So there is clearly an issue.
So, true or bullshit?
Well, basically, it's nothing new. We have been talking about this for the last 2-3 weeks that that Glazers are basically staying until at least the window is closed.
Yeah,
officially.
Right. I want to apply logic and reasoning. I mean, I do respect the journalists in certain ways, but what you're doing is freedom of press, freedom of speech, but is iterating that, you know, you're running out of the ideas, and what you're applying here is guessworking because. Who's told you? Like, you know, how do you know? That's the first question I ask. How do you know this is going to be happening? It's a lot of speculations, right? And I've been getting a lot of DMs. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? So I instantly had to make a counterattack to say, how the hell do you know, man? How do you know? You know, depends on who you're speaking to. That's the point, right? It is very, very boring at the moment, right? Media is silenced. There's nothing going on. You know, so you got to create something to continue spinning this narrative, right? Mike Keegan, I do respect. I do love Mike Keegan in certain ways. He was spot on in the beginning, but as we're edging closer to announcement stuff, it is shut, sealed, delivered. Nobody's talking. That's the thing. So unless you're speaking directly to the Glazer family or you're speaking directly to Rain Group or 92 Holding Foundation, then you sort of, it's okay to say. But for me, it sounds like more of a BS, like, you know, speculation, right? To feed on the fear that they still will be here. Now, what you see in the repercussion of this in the entire fan base is going mental regarding this news. This is all it takes is just one little journalist, doesn't matter if it's Mike Keegan or, you know what I mean, and everyone goes panic button to say. But if you really analyze what he's saying, he's basically saying, I have no idea. I'm just speculating that they will be here when the start of the season. But at the start of the season as well, the transfer window is still open. All right. I just want to pass your thoughts and feelings regarding this. Like, you know, I have my say, but, you know, I'm more interested to hear what you have to say, John, as well. Okay, I start with Poppy then.
So I think there was two major deadlines. Like I think the first deadline was before the transfer window opening. That's sort of like because the whole thing is we all know that the Glazers are trying to squeeze out every single penny that they can possibly can. But when you have, it's a little bit difficult to determine the actual value to the T of the club when you still have some variable like assets that are not that you may have in a few weeks or may not have in a few weeks. So once the transfer window is shut, it's kind of like it makes sense that the club, there's like a finite value to the club that you can attribute to it and say, okay, this is how much the club costs, and then try squeezing every penny that you can. So it makes sense that the season is going to start, the transfer window will be open, and then 3 weeks later, that's when we might hear an announcement.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to go to John Ball, basically. Bolly, what's your thoughts and feelings regarding this constant spin of disinformation, or what's true, what's not true?
Yeah, I mean, I sort of I think back to what Simon Heron said in the Telegram group, and guys, if you want to, it's well worth joining the Telegram group. It will try and give each other lots and lots of comfort and support during this time. I don't know. I honestly don't know anymore. If I hadn't found this community, my head would have dropped off, just like Simon said, because, like you say, you bounce from pillar to post with people with different opinions, all voicing as if they're absolutely sure in what they're saying. I suppose they should be, but if we have them, we have them at the end. I think if they're still here by the time we're playing at Old Trafford, I think it's going to get ugly. I really do. In the ground,
you can protest 100%. I mean, I'm up for the Glazers out 100%. That's what we're here for. But I'm just tired of this narrative and who creates the deadlines, according to what Papa was saying. I think it's media driving an agenda and narrative that sets the tone of the story, and that kind of feeds on the mental health of the global fan base, right? It's not good. As I said, the natural response of a human being is to defend themselves by panicking, right? It's defense, right? And how can you, the natural thing is what you do is you try to defend yourself by putting the inevitable that it's negative. They're never going to leave. They're never going to sign this player. They're never going to sell this player. Because at the end of the day, if that happens, you're emotionally protected, right? But I think we are too scared to believe. Like, I think that it's been 18 years of living in a broken marriage when you had somebody that's been very abusive to you. And what you do is that you leave for another man, and the same man or woman treats you the same, and we're just too afraid to embrace what's good, what's coming, So for me, I just gonna call a spade a spade. I said, I am confident we're getting new owners in. I'm confident that the new owners have already been decided, but it's just a matter of time. When is it time to announce it? Yeah, we spoke about this in the past podcast as well, to say it doesn't really matter to sort of announce it, to disrupt in the middle of the transfer negotiation season, because then all of a sudden people is going to know that you have more money to spend, and they're gonna take you to the dry cleaners. You're going to end up paying like 100 million for a Hoyland, which is the main target, instead of getting him for 55. So, and even if you do clear everything, the debts and FFP, so FFP calculations are only estimated that the owners can maximum spend £50,000, £50 million. So for me, it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense. So would it be fair to call it? No, they haven't. Exactly what Rushmain was saying. They have not been taking dividends for quite some time now, because that was voted down back in January, if you guys remember, right? So this thing with minority investors, if you look at the finances, there's no way to run. There's no way to go for the Glazers. That's the thing. The minority investors was there already. They were invited for the bidding tender process. They open up the financial bonnet, the hood, looked at and see, like, hang on a second, you inherited this club from your father. You're poor business owners. You've been taking everything on credit. And why would we invest 4 or 5 billion to you, right? No chance. That died out. Then there was only 2 remaining left. And one thing that's always been the Glazenomics is cash, liquidity, cash. Who's got loads of cash? 92 Holding Foundation. Who has been complicating the deal? Ineos, because they're not cash rich. They have to release funds. They have to have approval from certain board members. It's so simple, right? So I wouldn't believe. I mean, at the end of the day, what matters, and this is me speaking, this is my opinion, though. It is up to you as an individual. What you hear, what you see, it's up to you what you want to believe, right? Just don't take what I'm saying is that you told us so. No, it's not what I said. It's what you believe. At the end of the day, what we've done here for the past 10, 11 months is to investigate everything, to look at the different manifestos, to look at the finances, speaking to a lot of people, providing an educational platform and voice of reasoning instead of being clickbait. But how you receive this news and how you want to apply your logic and reasoning, that is not my job or anyone's job. That is your responsibility. If you want to believe in some IT case, or you want to believe in Ben Jacobs or Romano or whoever, fine. But I believe in finance. I believe in the business side. I believe in Bloomberg. I believe in financial curves and stocks. I look at, is it possible to still run the club? No, you can't.
Mick, speaking of the stock market today, the stock went down 6 to 7%.
Yeah, but that's based on the negative reporting that came out today as well. Everything is speculative. Like, if you get in a positive news that somebody leaks out the story that the announcement will be tomorrow, all of a sudden you will see that stock market go boom. Right now there was some negative to drive the stock price down, right? And that's the thing. So stock market, for me, it's all about speculation. It's speculative. It doesn't have any substance, like you back your currency on gold or something. That's why cryptocurrencies is speculative as well, because crypto is not backed by any commodity, real facts, right? You know what I mean? So stock market doesn't really have real facts. It's just speculations, guys. Listen, I call it. Sorry. So what would we call it? BS or truth?
Yes.
What? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
All right. Even a toddler can tell it's bullshit, guys. Jarvis, what is the VAR room telling us today?
Oh, they're talking a lot of. There was someone talking about what's next. We now we have Onana. Will Højlund be next? Are we getting Højlund? Neil Buckard.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. We are getting Neil Bucket. We are getting for Højlund, as what we reported yesterday as well. We were. I think we also were the first to tell you about the Højlund situation and who is his agent and what's going on there, right? And maybe I should just repeat myself again, because change management is all about repetition. Maybe it sounds boring, but the thing is that the way Manchester United are operating this season is a totally different ballgame, right? You have the Matt Hager saying, we're not going to transfer like we used to do. So the way they have changed the overall negotiation tactics is that they have conversations 1 or 2 weeks prior to sort of align the dots and T's, so everything, the image rights, the personal terms with the player and the agent, the fees. Remember that they also want money, and also to understand what is acceptable for the club. So once everything is verbally agreed, they will come in with the official bid, and that's the one that will be accepted. That is kind of Kaizen method or Sigma six black belt, in a way that you're eliminating the bottleneck process. So it's more smarter than what we used to do. We went into agree with the player and then start haggling the first, second, third bid. And that's what we're seeing. Regarding the Højlund situation, of course, they know they have a talent on their hand, but it's never going to be that you are paying for a talent. You're paying for the outputs, basically. Scored 9 goals, great, played 3/4 of a season. You compare to other players in that range, and you have more players that's more valuable, that scored more goals, more assists, well proven, that's going for 60 million. So Manchester United have a evaluation in their mind what they're thinking this player is worth. Well, on the other hand, Atalanta think like, Lee Congerton thinks, oh, well, hang on a second. We know he's worth 45, but we're going to try to squeeze out as much money as we can. Let's say put 80. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to negotiations, people will call each other's bluff, and they will always end up at the price that Atalanta had in mind, in the back of the mind, which I believe be around 50, 55 plus add-ons, maybe 60 max euros. Right? But at the end of the day, like, if you compare to last season, it definitely has some inflation in the market at the moment.
Yeah, I see Rebel Bakir has a question here. Can we afford Harry Kane if we buy Højlund?
Who knows, Rebel?
What's your take on that, Papi?
We would have to let go of some players, a significant amount of outgoings at better prices than what we've been doing for like Alex Telles. What was that joke that Alex Telles for 4 million? That was horrible. So we need to actually be better with how we sell our players and only sell to Saudi, real serious Saudi buyers.
Yeah, that was one of our questions of No Bullshit United. So Alex Telles for 4 million. Is that good business or bullshit?
The biggest heap of bullshit. This transfer window.
Johnny?
No, Iqbal was worse than that one. So I
forgot about Iqbal.
I think Telles for 4 million, that's probably the best. And it's not just 4 million, it's up to 10 million. I don't know what, obviously we don't know what the add-ons are. It's if they're gettable, I actually think that's bloody good business, to be honest. So he's had 2 years of stagnating in our team and in our reserves. We're not going to get much for him. We're not going to get much for Bailey. So you just might as well get them off the books.
Right.
I agree with you. I agree. Horrible business. Horrible business.
Rashmano says Telles was decent, to be honest. Lots of clubs wanted him on free.
Yeah. Do you agree with that? Jarvis, do you agree with that?
At least we got some money out of him, but I didn't expect much from Telles. He's old. I think he's passing 30 years this year. So he don't have any resale value, and he was on high wages, so it's hard for other clubs to even afford him. So for me, he was one of those players I just wanted to get out of the books and pass him on.
Yeah, I had a tweet conversation with Atlantis Football, if you know Atlantis Football. He does amazing tactical videos. I love this guy to pieces, and I invited him to come to the channel as well, and we will collaborate some days. But he also mentioned that he said, like, how can you get Fabinho 40 million and then Telles for 4? Well, the thing is, Fabinho is a more sellable name in the Saudi, and Saudi is trying to build a league. Who is Telles over there, right? Telles, to get 4 million for Telles or 10 million plus, it's great, because we get rid of the problem that we couldn't get rid of before. So at the end of the day, it's all about
if we're selling to Serie A, guys, if we're selling to a French team, yes, but not to the Saudis. The Saudis for 4 no, there's gotta be double digits. I'm not gonna concede on that one. It's gotta be double digits, guys. He comes with a skill set. The guy can take a free kick. The guy can, like, if it's a dead ball, he can whip it across. He speaks Portuguese. You can come on. Our agent was horrible at this. It's like he can complete the Ronaldo dynamics in the dressing room and help improve. This was just horrible business all around. But I get it, Johnny. I get what everybody's saying. It was about getting him out of.
It's getting me out. That's what matters. Because at the end of the day, to answer the question, it depends on. We getting, like, all right. We got Onana in. Now we move on to, like, the striker position. We sort out Højlund, and then we will see. Then it's all about the outgoings, like to generate the money. So at the end of the day, if we do have enough money, and if we get new owners coming in, perhaps we can get an Harry Kane. But we will talk about Kane as well. At least 10, bro. Yeah, well, it was 10 with the add-ons, wasn't it, bro? I mean, it was £4 million. How much is that in euros?
6.
Yeah, plus add-ons. It's all good. Sorry, Johnny, I muted you.
No, it's okay. It'd be about 5.5, 6 million euros, won't it?
Yeah. All right. So for me, it's okay. It's not bullshit for me. I do understand what my majority of you are saying, but I see it's about getting out that deadwood, the fridge players out the door. Guys, I'm going to move on to the next question, right? Okay, that leads down to Harry Maguire. All right, are you guys ready? Harry Maguire to have a bidding war. True or BS? The Chelsea, Newcastle, or West Ham are looking to upgrade the current fridge. True or false?
Bidding war for Harry Maguire.
Did you hear my question?
I'll be back lucky.
Okay, I repeat myself. To have a bidding war for Harry Maguire, true or bullshit? Chelsea, Newcastle, West Ham are all looking to upgrade the current fridge system.
No. To be honest, I think we will have problems selling Harry Maguire. I don't think he wants to go. I don't think he have no ambitions. He wants to stay at United and fight for his place. He thinks he can do a job for us, and he want to make us all. He want to give us his revenge.
Okay.
I think that's what's going on in his mind. But if West Ham comes along and say here's 40, 50 million, I say we should just go for it. We shouldn't wait for a bidding war. Harry Maguire is more important to just get him out, is my opinion.
Okay. All right. I will refine my question, but after you all answer it. Poppy, what do you reckon?
Yeah, some of the clubs that you mentioned, yes, but not all the clubs. So if it's one of those, why? I don't think Newcastle are out there trying to really we need a Harry Maguire. No, I don't.
We have a good Samsung refrigerating system already. The Kool-Aid generates lots of ice.
But man, Newcastle is good. I think yes, West Ham, it makes sense. West Ham, he'll be guaranteed first team football. It's more about Harry Maguire and what his requirements or minimum requirements are. If he wants first team football, then he should go to West Ham, and he will. If he wants to keep, but he's got a. I don't know that tweet, by saying that every time I wear the shirt, I'll represent it, and it just made me feel like he's convinced. He's convinced.
Yeah,
he doesn't read the room well.
You don't read the room, and that is typical football players today. They're backing themselves so much. They think they are better than they are, and we will dive into the next player later on. But I want to hear from Johnny as well. What do you reckon, Johnny? Is one of them?
Probably.
Is it truthful?
I think it's bullshit. Honestly, I reckon if he sees himself as a Newcastle or Chelsea player, he's really a West Ham player, and that's the team he's not going to go for because he sees himself better than that. Just goes back to what you just said. Delusional is the wrong word, but they're so self-confident that they're not reading what their talent is, are they?
But listen, at the end of the day, when you get a Johnny Evans to come in and you're not part of it, that is a sign enough to say you're not wanted, mate. There's the door. I think that the story is leaking out about Chelsea that has some legs because of Fofana's situation with this ALC, definitely. But Newcastle, I don't think so. It is just a leaked story to put pressure on David Moyes. Hurry up, because we will have a bidding war. That's what I think. I think he will end up at West Ham because I don't see him going to Chelsea whatsoever. But if it does, Todd Bowley has big pockets. Oh my God, take it. And why not? If we have a good relationship with Chelsea, that we bought Mason Mount from them, why not returning the favor to say, look, let's negotiate on Harry Maguire here, 50, right? You need a new fridge. We seen your training ground. Yeah. So guys, I don't want to call it bullshit because I see it's true. I think it's going to happen. It's just how it's going to pick up. I don't know. That's my opinion. What do you guys reckon? Smash a 1 in the chat room if you think it's going to happen. Smash a 2 if you think it's a BS. You say BS. You said 1, 2. We have a tie. Oh no, I say it's going to happen. So what? We are 2-2 here. So you don't think he's going to move? What's the VR room saying?
Oh, we have a lot of twos here. Harv gives a 2. Madhouse is a 2. Jamie Wayne, he gives it a 10. Not sure what he means with that.
So many twos that it's a 10.
Jeff Steele, 2. Muhamsa, 2. So most people think he will stay.
I don't think he will stay. I call it.
What? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
I call it bullshit. I think he will leave based on the fact that he needs to play football, based on the fact that when the gaffer has told you, you're stripping off your captaincy. It don't matter, your own self-belief. If you're backing yourself, if you're not going to get picked, even they're talking about his agency to pay him out like 10 million. That's normal procedure, right? To get rid of him, you have to pay him off as well. So it's all coming down to negotiation. This will go at the end of the transfer window. I call it a spade. He will leave. If we fail, he will not play and he will not get picked for Southgate's team. We're not worth it. What's happening? We're not worth it.
No. Praying for Harry Maguire to leave.
Yeah,
We do.
I wanted to leave. Just don't think it'll happen unless Spurs come in. That's the only time I could see him really genuinely playing for.
Yeah. Okay, next question. True or bullshit? We're playing it right now. We're talking about Romelu Lukaku. After stinking up Manchester United, Chelsea, and Inter Milan, Big Rom will play for Chelsea as a team mascot or go to black and white juvenile. Did you understand the question?
Yeah. Johnny can
Say
go
it
first.
again.
Okay. I said Romelu Lukaku, after stinking up the place at Manchester United, playing one season at Chelsea, after 3 months, he went to do an unauthorized interview to say he's not happy, he wants to leave. He goes to Inter Milan on a loan. He loves Inter. That's his only club, he says. Inter is now pushing very hard to sign him, to release him from Chelsea. And what does he do? He goes and speaks to Juventus. Juventus finds out, Inter finds out the one, and they say, "Bada bing, we don't want you. Get the hell out of here." So, Big Rom, will he play for Chelsea then as a team mascot, or will he go to the Jeep, black and white, as a juvenile?
I reckon he's going. He's got to go somewhere, whether it's Juventus or not. I can't believe he shot himself in the foot.
Only Rom would do that.
Man, seriously. If you talk about delusional person, if we're talking about the delusion of Harry Maguire, which we are allowed to say that there can be a borderline delusion, but this guy takes the Hollywood prize, to be honest. He takes the Oscar for being delusional. Come on, man. You're hyping up yourself like, why would you shit and piss on somebody that gave you a lifeline? So I think he's fucked, to be honest. I think he's fucked. They're going to take him back to Chelsea. He's not going to be part of that tour, and he's going to be training with the kids because that's his contractual duty. But what's going to happen to him? Who's going to take him? Will he go to Saudi Arabia?
I'm sure he'll have a lot of suitors if he went to Saudi Arabia, but Big Rom still believes in himself. Talking about players that believe in themselves a lot, that I think he wants to try go again one more time at European football. And I mean, whatever. There's players that have hopped around and had successful and not so successful stints at different places, like Morata. So what's stopping Lukaku from finding another suitor? I don't know. It might just even be something like random left field, like PSG. All
right.
Who knows?
He was good at Everton, West Brom. That was his comfort zone. But of course, when you jump around to different clubs, you're becoming a big player. The only reason why he went to speak to Juventus, according to the news, you know why? Because he didn't get started at the Champions League final. So he kicked off a fuss. And that's why he's looking. Sure, Muta. Seriously.
Yeah.
I call it BS then. Jarvis, you?
I don't know. People like Lukaku. He scores a lot of goals if the system is right for him, and he can still do a job. So, and I think Italy is more suited for him. So, for him to go back to Italy is the best thing for his career and for the club he's playing for and the ones who's paying for him. So, I think he will go back to Italy. If it's Juventus or Inter or AC Milan, who knows? But I think he will go back to Serie A.
So, no bullshit then.
No bullshit.
Okay. So basically, he will score goals at Juventus. So he will be a cheap juvenile, according to your opinion. Big up. We lost Johnny Ball. He's disappeared. He received a phone call, but it's fine. The show must go on. The show must go on. What is the VR room thinking, Jarvis, at this moment?
That dog reminds me of Anthony for some reason.
Oh, Anthony did well today, actually. They played him on the left wing today.
Well, Rushmano says Chelsea wants rid of Lukaku like a bad rash.
Yes, like a bad rash. Rash.
Now let's see if it's anyone else on Lukaku. Here we have one. Here's one. Don't care where Lukaku goes.
He should come to MLS. His girlfriend is in America. He'll be great. Join Messi.
Okay. And Alien Tenno, he's amazed clubs have spent so much money on Lukaku, and that's true. Is he the players who's been transferred the most for the most money?
Yeah, man. I mean, when Oli came in, he assessed the squad and he said, "Got to get rid of the bad apple," and that was Lukaku, right? So he's got nothing but attitude problems. And what I've been hearing is a very tricky customer. He was the client of Mino Raiola before Raiola passed away as well. So yeah, I don't know. Once a good talent, but no, not with that attitude, And I just find it sad when the club goes all the way to get you, like, even on a loan, you come back to Inter and they're doing everything to sign you. This whole Onana situation was all to raise the money to buy Lukaku, and he goes and do this, and they basically say vendetta. No, you go, we don't need it. We don't need it. Yeah, so that's it. I want to ask another question though, regarding Wayne Rooney's statement today, which upset a lot of people, and some people were saying, "What has Wayne Rooney been smoking?" To defend the Glazers. So he did say this, I want to quote, and I want to hear your opinion. I'm sure they will get credit they deserve for the job they've done, but they're also going to get the negativity from fans who never seem to acknowledge what they've been done for the club. Now, does that sound like truth or bullshit? Or does it sound like somebody that's been actually getting paid to say such a thing? Johnny, you're back.
Sorry about that. I apologise to everybody. Very sorry.
No worries. Yeah.
The Wayne Rooney. It's like, read the room, Wayne boy. Read the room. I just wonder whether it's like, I don't want to get the Americans offside because, MLS manager and all that. That's the only thing I can think of, because the rest of it is just BS.
No, it makes sense. I mean, they have some sort of influence probably in the American, MLS, football scene, so it'll make sense to be in the best books with the Glazers. So that's why Rooney is saying this and probably eyeing a job later on in the future. He wants to be in the dugout at Man United. And if the Glazers stay, that's unfortunately, him lining up the ducks for himself. But I think it's a big load of doo-doo.
Yeah, everyone agrees. I mean, this is the direct quote that I'm putting here in the banner here, so you can all see. When I read it, I actually swallowed my coffee in the wrong air pipe. So I was going, what? You know what I mean? And actually, I was watching a video from, I think, when we played Inter Milan in the Champions League, when we faced Beckham away. Oh, yeah, you remember that one where Rooney scored 2 goals. And I was like, oh, Rooney was so great, blah, 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 And the thing is, Beckham did a madness as well, and he can only scored. But after this, I was going, "Are you mad? What are you smoking, man?" So yeah, big up. So we call it BS.
Oh,
Alien Tenno.
Yes.
Hang on.
Bullshit.
Alien Tenno just with a super chat. What hotel whore room was Rooney talking from? Boom! Somebody dropped the mic here. Woo-hoo. It's getting hot in here. So we call it BS then.
Yes. Yes.
All right then.
What? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
Even a 5-year-old can say it's bullshit, to be honest. What's next? I'm just concerned about the time. Okay, Harry Kane though. What is this transfer story without a Caney, right? Cocaine. Who's leading the race? Daniel Levy, Bayern, PSG, or will he have his own balls to decide his leave? Guys, what do you reckon? There's stories coming out that PSG is in the race. Bayern are confident. Who is the most confident here? Daniel Levy, Bayern, PSG, or is it something that Manchester United are observing to hijack? Like hijack.
I think we are following that deal very close. I'm not sure if we're going for him. If the bid is too high, we will just leave it. But I think we can go in for like
We'll leave it.
70 to 75.
Did you say we will leave it?
Yeah, I said it. If it's more than, for example, 75 millions,
Yeah.
we will drop out. But if it's within our reach, I think we will try to hijack it because I think Harry Kane will suit us, and I think Ten Hag would like him, and he's like perfect build for Man United. So
He is.
why not? I think we should go for him because he's that type of player, and he could transform our team to be almost a title challenging team.
I think they lost yesterday. They played in a pre-season friendly. They lost with
Yeah,
3-2. 3-2. Kane didn't score. So yeah. But you said something very interesting. I want to throw it back to Pop. You said leave it. That was almost funny. Daniel Levy. Leave it. I want to hear your thoughts on people in the VR room. Let us know what you think. Like, where will Caney end up? Like, will he have big balls enough to say I'm going, or will he cave for Daniel Levy? At the end of the day, like, Daniel Levy has no rights to tell him where to go. That's the thing. Who to sign for? It's down to the player. Kane is leaving. He only needs 50 odd goals to be the Prem all-time scorer. Yeah, but the question is then, will Manchester United come and just hijack it? Hijack. What you saying, Poppy?
This one is a tough one to call. Manchester United should hijack it, but they got invisible money. and yeah, so I'm just I just feel like, yeah, Kane probably he just wants to rot over there. This is mate. If you were gonna put in a transfer request, this is the time to do it. I know he's tried that before and it didn't go so well, but you have a right as a player to just say, look, these suitors over here, and it's for the benefit of everybody. I don't want to leave Spurs, with nothing, so it's like, come on, Harry, you should also be forcing the sale. It's just very frustrating because for us, he completes the puzzle. There's no doubt about that. He completes the puzzle, and he's what we need to just get closer to City.
Yeah, Johnny Ball. Do you reckon the PSG link is a lot of pressure leaked out to put pressure on Daniel Levy?
Yeah. I don't see it. They've got Mbappe. They've got to try and sort out. They've got that young French lad that they picked up last year. They need to give him time. I don't see it. I mean, let's be honest. Levy wants to sell to PSG or Bayern. He don't want to sell to an English club. I do what Jarvis said. If it goes to I'd say leave it. But then I'd be doing what a big club does. Talk to the player. He goes, keep quiet, keep stum. We'll get you for free next year.
What needs to be done is to have a proper conversation between Daniel Levy and Harry Maguire and his Harry Kane and his camp. Yeah. To be honest, what is the transparency? I think at the end of the day, like, if Ole Hoeneß comes out from Bayern to say if he keeps his promise. So they definitely have something in agreement. But at the end of the day, that is not a verbal agreement or a binding agreement. Anything could happen, right? So I think that, his agents and everyone is putting up the feelers to put pressure on Daniel Levy, to be honest. I don't think he wants to stay. Otherwise, why would you spoken to Bayern Munich and promised yourself, right? That's the thing. So people say zero chance.
The one thing I would say is, if we go and pick him up, say towards the end of the transfer window, that to me more than anything says that we've been bought. Because under the Glazers, it ain't happening. Not for that money.
No, but we're always looking to buy a signature signing, a shirt seller. That's the thing. So I believe there will be something like that, but it's going to be seen. Like Luan France is here. He be 31 next year. It's now or never. 100% what I say, Luan. 100%. It's now or never. I don't see him waiting another year under Agne Postecoglou. I don't see it happening, right? We'll see. But he has to be on the preseason tour anyway, because his contractual has to be. But anything can happen at the end of the window as well. So remember, people, there's 50 more days for the window. Yeah.
It is.
Cool. All right. So what should we call this one? Bullshit or something in between, or will he leave?
I don't know. I think it's more like wishful thinking that we are in for Kane, but at the moment it feels like we don't have the money, and we haven't even targeted him that much. It's just a little bit paper talks, as I see it. But we were heavy in for Onana. We are heavy in for Højlund. We know we were heavy in for Mount, but it doesn't feel like that with Harry Kane. So I'm not sure what we are going to do. For me, I'm more 50-50.
Okay.
At the moment, for me, it's bullshit because we haven't had significant outgoings. We need to sell at least 2 or 3 players that, are available for transfer. Then it'll be easier to judge. So, BS.
Ball, BS.
I think bullshit, but it could grow a rose at the end of the window.
I call it the same.
What? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
And what I'm saying right now, it's probably not, people are probably not going to like it. But I see football from another way. We have a super chat again. Big up Eliantino Peter. Kane is a pro loser. Will he do a sharer? Question mark. Guys, answer the question. Will he do a sharer?
What do you mean? The scoring record or not winning anything?
Scoring record.
Yeah,
well, not winning anything because he's got zero chance to win anything with Spurs at the moment, at least for next 3 years, right? That's the thing, right?
Yeah, it's sad because he's that good and going through a career scoring so many goals and not winning anything. That's kind of a waste. So he might do a sharer.
He might do a sharer. Okay, La. Fine. What I wanted to say, and what most people not probably going to agree with me, and I would say this: perhaps we don't need a Harry Kane. And you wonder why?
Why would you say that?
Because we will play in a different system under Onana. We will play a 3-1-6. That means that we're going to play with 6 attacking midfielders and false nines and interchangeable. You don't need that prolific Harry Kane type, right? You will have firepower coming from the left, right, in the middle, Mason Mount, and adding on a Højlund will probably add you extra 15 goals. So goals will come. That's what I'm thinking. The way we seen playing right now, that we are playing out from the wing and cutting in, and somebody's coming out of the 6-yard box like a City striking it in, right? So I think that you give this Højlund as the main striker position, interchangeable with Marcus Rashford as well. Nobody knows if Martial's still going to be around, but we have plenty of attackers, to be honest. The number 9, I believe that if the reports are right, if what I've seen is right, if what I've been hearing is correct, this guy next season will be a beast, right? He will need a little bit of embedding time, but he's got that freaking killer instinct. He's got that Erling Haaland type, right? And if you're good enough, you're old enough, the way Manchester United used to say. If Ten Hag sees him as his main number 9, this is what we should go for. And he will definitely be embedded in the team. He will score about, maybe if he gets 15 goals, that's good enough. That's a good return. But next season, when you look at it, he might be a 30 like he might be a Harry Kane getting 30 goals, right? You got to look at the long-term vision as well. But so why would you cave and pay 100 million for Harry Kane? That's the thing. You don't agree, Bolly, right?
I think if you buy Kane, he guarantees 25 goals a season.
Yeah,
and we've seen from the first two preseason games, we need a striker. We need a striker bad, one that we can play off. I think you buy. I didn't say cheering. You buy Kane, we're competing again at the top table. I think Haaland would need 12 months to bed in. I wouldn't expect great things of him when we got him for the first 12 months. I think that's reasonable for such a young striker. I think it becomes more of a transition where we're playing this more expansive football, this more possession-based football. But I don't. Onana's transforming. Holland, Mount aren't for me. Kane would be that transformation up top. But then again, I agree with you. Don't buy him for 100 million. You don't. Not a 31-year-old in the last year of his contract. You don't do it.
Yeah, no, fine by me. I just want to throw it out there as a food for thought. Like, do we need a Harry Kane, or could it be like Liverpool, where you look at when they have Salah, Mane, they had firepower from all sides, and you're adding on Bruno Fernandes to the mix. You're adding on now. You got Mason Mount to the mix as well. There's like goal threats. Before we only relied on Rashford. If you get in Rashford and you have a Højlund, who's God knows what's going to happen to Greenwood, but apparently he's not going to go on tours and stuff like that. Or maybe you give Hugo a chance as well to play from the bench as well. So goal threats will be coming. I'm not saying no, but you see my point. You see my point. What I'm trying to make. It's not.
I do not see it, because I think we definitely need. If you have 100, you only pay it because you pay it. If Kane is 100, you pay it. You only don't pay it because you don't have it. That should be the reason for you stopping you, because for me, it goes back to that game versus Man City, the FA Cup final. What was the difference? We did not have a bite. With a Kane in there, right now, if you put Højlund, you still have Onana in there. I don't think it's as much of a attacking bite as when you have Kane. When you have Kane, he's the master at dropping in. He's the master at linking up. He can pick a pass. He can hold up play if you need somebody to ping a ball to, because Onana is also good with long kicks as well. That's a skill that he has, and we have to figure out how to utilize it, because it's all about having multiple solutions to different problems. So you want to have a Kane. You absolutely need a Kane. We need a Kane. He's the difference between us and getting an extra 9 to 12 points.
Yeah. Now I'm just playing the devil's advocate, because at the end of the day, dealing with Levy, it's just like impossible. Like he almost was dialed into City. The only person that sabotaged was Daniel Levy. So why would you think that he will leave in this summer? No, he will be all over him, trying to cock block him. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, are we going to end up paying 100 million, or are we going to go, or whatever, just leave him and just revisit him in January where he has more power? So until then, we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right. That's my thinking, though. It's just how we're going to line up and play. Alien Tano, big up again. Peter, we have no cutting edge. That is the major problem. We had no cutting edge. That's what we had. No. Yeah, it's like what we're going to have. It's two different things. You can look at it in the past and say what we had. Yes, I agree to the point. But what we're going to have is yet unprecedented, to be honest. And somebody just came in naked there. I saw man boobs.
No.
Cut.
Straight from the pool.
Man boobs, I can see you, man boobs. Big up. But don't get me wrong, it's just like I'm throwing it out there to say, look, we had, but what we're gonna have is two different things, and the proof will be in the pudding. Like, I wouldn't panic if we don't get a hurricane. But all I'm saying is that we are not caving to the 100 million demand and let that bastard win, to be honest.
I just want to chip in here when it comes to the striker thing. You said we can play with the 3-6-1 or the 3-1-3-3, as they call it. The thing is, when we have a striker, we bind up two center backs. You saw it clearly today when Sancho was playing in at the false nine. We had much bigger trouble like pressing them down. But as soon in second half, as Hugh Hill came in, he was the striker, and he was a like a binding point in the middle. So we need a striker who can press them, bind them together, and be that player. So I don't think the false nine or playing Sancho or some of the wingers in the nine is a good solution. I think we need a out and out striker.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. I was just putting out there as a different alternative opinion. That's the one I'm trying to say.
I just want to add something to Joe said as well. I think the biggest thing you'll see a difference is getting a decent striker in is players like Ahmad, Anthony, Sancho. They're going to be so much better with someone who's helping take the pressure off them, who's a focus for those centre backs, who they can play off.
Fair enough. I'm not sure if I missed the super chat earlier today, or did we? But just going to shout it out again for Alien Tenno. We all know men can't multitask. True.
No.
We can only handle it one ball at a time, isn't it? Or two balls at a time. Oh, that's a punch below the belt. Jarvis is running a hotel. I'm sure of it. No, Are you still sitting in the laundry room?
No. I moved
today.
to a different room, but the Wi-Fi is so poor, so I have to borrow someone else's room at the moment. So that's why they're coming in and out from the pool. They were not naked, by the way.
Okay. Now, a final truth or bullshit question, aka creative mind of Rubenstein, is Anthony Olanga. I want your thoughts and feelings, and listen to me carefully. Is he sponsored by Viagra? And there is a stiff competition for his signature. Everton or Nottingham Forest?
I could see him at Forest. I honestly could see him at Forest. I don't get the hate for Olanga.
No.
He gets so much.
There was humor.
He gets so much abuse. He's a decent player. He's fast. He's a Sweden international. He scores goals. He just doesn't. He's a counter-attacking player. So I definitely could see him at Forest. I think it'd be a bad move to go to Everton, personally. But whatever gives us the most money in the end. I wish him all the best.
Yeah. Just want to say thanks, Jeff Steele, for tuning in. I know you're in Australia. It's early morning for you. Wish you a great day at work. See you, Jeffy. Definitely want to say thank you as well. And people saying Elanga will go to Forest. That's the thing. Right. Well, I think he will go to Forest too.
I saw the video from the first training when the players came back. Elanga was there, and he looked like he was really in shape. That man has been hitting the weights.
Guys,
Elanga, did you see that jump?
Jarvis,
yeah.
I gotta tell you guys, Elanga is the master of looking like he's in shape, but he does not know how to apply his physicality. Okay. Every time he gets the ball, he's literally look at when the team rhythm is going on, and Elanga is the person that's the weakest link. Anytime the ball goes to him, he gets. He falls and then he's like, foul. It's not a foul. You have to know how to apply that. You know, he's a great model. He can be a great model. That's what he needs to do. Go model at look at Chris said that. He's a great Instagram model. Exactly.
Instagram model. That's true. I saw the training video. He did a leap where they did a dead leap, and he was the one leaping. It's like a frog leap, dead stiff frog leap, and he beat the record. And I was thinking, well, if you can only do that leap on the pitch, it'd be great. I like Elanga. I'm Swedish. He's Swedish. He does well at the Swedish national, but I'm just thinking that he's just a speed merchant as well, right? And we have plenty of that as well.
Perfect for the German league.
Yeah, for the German league or something like that. His father is a good footballer as well. So yeah, for me, I want to see him develop. I want to see him either going on loan or, but at the end of the day, we're here to sell people. We're not a library FC anymore. So the expiry date before books needs to be shortened as well. That's the thing, right?
I know when it comes to players like Elanga, they are young and they develop in stages. We got to know. So they develop very fast. He did first season with under Rangnick, and then it stops.
Yeah,
So
I agree with
some
Box
players.
saying, yeah.
So maybe some of them needs more time. They're not all Rashford level or Garnacho level, you know. So we got to remember. So the question we got to ask is, do we have time to develop players like Elanga?
We don't
Because I'm
have time.
sure he will be a good player in time if he gets the experience, get the time on the field. Or do we just sell him for like 15 million, 10 million, and maybe have a buyback clause if we do well, for example, at Dortmund?
Can I answer your question? I don't think we have time. Ten Hag has said himself he only likes to work with the 27, 28 man squad. So there's no time for him to babysit everyone. That's the thing. I agree with Box here to say that Elanga for 30 million. Why not? Because he had, 2-3 seasons in the United first team, Swedish international. Why should we sell him for less? That's what I'm saying. You know, definitely is a talent. And now he adds on to the, the British homegrown rule as well. We get about 12 million for Elanga with 3 million add-ons. You reckon, Simon? We'll see, man. But yeah, if we can get 30 million, that's good. Elanga just not good enough to play for United. Yes, true. Maybe. What it comes down to, people, is that we're allowed to be critical. What are you laughing about, Puppy?
Christian's comment says, put in a never buy back clause.
Don't be nasty. I understand. We are not here to slag the team. We are here to say that what's best for United as a club, and that's what it is, right? Of course, you can have a little bit of a bants about players. I get that, but at the end of the day, they're human beings as well. So Glazer will sell them for 10 million. It's up to them. Right? So, what do you reckon? Bullshit or okay?
I think the deal is on. I think he will go, and it's good for him. It's good for us. It's a win-win. So make it happen.
Make it happen, guys.
Oh yeah, that one is not BS. I think he's definitely gotta go.
All right,
yeah,
let's call it.
I agree. He's going somewhere.
Let's call it then.
I need you to promise me.
Wrong one.
What's going on? Who's presence? Cannot live without this from Phil Brown as well, guys. Big up to all of you. I think he's leaving. We're also looking at Pastor Fred that was playing today. He's also off the door, I think. He will go with Fulham. I don't know where we'll go.
David Starr says Elanga will be like the Newcastle Swedish striker in 3 years. He just needs regular football to develop. Like
the problem is you cannot keep all of your talents. Like, Ten Hag said he will only like to keep the potential world-class players, so he likes to work with a short squad, and it is what it is. Like, if you remember Janusaj and all them.
It is what it is.
What the hell was that?
It's the Elanga. It is what it is, man. Rhythm is a dancer. Goodbye, Elanga. Go develop somewhere else.
What else? What else do we have to add on other than loans is most likely going to happen for a Palestri or Ahmad. I'm excited for this season. I'm excited for the pre-season tour because now it gives us the pre-season watch who's going to develop, who's going to break in. And this is the most exciting thing, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. I love seeing the academy play. And what I've enjoyed is actually seeing some of the academy players play with the first 11, like that first 45 minutes where you've got Manu and Hannibal playing with more of the first 11, which gives them a better chance to shine. And I think they have shined. I think we said last time I was in here, loan out Manu, and I'm changing my mind. I must admit, I'm seeing more and more from him that thinking, actually, get rid of Fred, get rid of McTominay, keep him.
Yeah, guys, Jarvis, what's your thoughts and feelings
on Donny?
Yeah, Donny, yes, 100%. Will he stay? I think he will stay.
Well, for me, I don't think Donny suits our play, and as I said earlier this show, I think Ten Hag will look for a more possession-based transition style plays, type of style.
Whoops. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
We have
Was that Donny?
What the hell are you running on?
What did you say about possession?
Donny's in the background.
Was it the sister?
Yes.
From another mister?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. First,
Okay,
you had the man
I
boobs
lost
and
my
you-
train of thought, but I will start over again.
I think you're running a bordello over there. Southern hospitality, isn't they?
Jarvis has suddenly got a lovely colour of red.
Yeah.
Better cut the stream. What are you saying about that?
I was saying, okay, I will start over again.
Great family, Jarvis.
Thank you. I believe Ten Hag will try to play a possession-based transition style, as De Zerbi has been trying to do, and I think also Pep Guardiola will try to do the same, because he reinvented the wheel. He found something new, and everybody will try that. But now we can do that with Onana in the back. We can play until the signal comes. They pressure, we will play over their first line of pressure, and then we go boom. That's the way we are going to play. But
I don't know.
It doesn't suit us. It doesn't suit us with
No,
Donny.
I'm holding the line.
He's a
here.
possession player, and that's if we play possession in attack, we will just stand around the 20-yard line and play from one side to the other. But I don't think Ten Hag will do that. That's just my thoughts.
I'm not
And
gonna
Donny
cast-
won't fit us. So
I'm
for
sorry,
me,
I'm not going to cast a stone. I promise I would be the guardian of Donny van de Beek. And I agree what Lee Park is saying. He's a product of Ten Hag's system. So he hasn't had the right time. He's been injured. Ever since he came, we haven't seen what Donny van de Beek is all about. That's what I'm trying to say. So all I'm saying here is it's just like hardcore Jarvis in a production house. We've seen Jarvis in the laundry room doing sports washing, greenwashing, and now we see him like with man boobs coming in, like women in bikini. Are you running like the Playboy Mansion here? Mate? Are you like Hugh Hefner here? All we're missing is the
Which part of America has he gone to?
I was saying Southern
This is from the Glazer basement.
It's like Hugh Hefner. All he's missing is like the gown and everything. Where's the Playboy bunnies? Here's
I'm not sure why the coach
Hit the likes, guys. Hit the likes. Thank you, Jarvis. And thank you.
Hit the likes for Jarvis's good genes.
Jarvis, can I be your brother?
Too much.
Oh, what an ending. Hefner Cocker. Hefner Cocker. Hefner Cocker, sorry. Oh, what an ending of the show. Like, that's what you get when you do live streaming. You never know what you're going to get. Like, Jesus Christ. Listen, we can all agree. We can all disagree. I when it comes to Donny, let the kid be alone. Let's see what happens. I think he's a product of Ten Hag. Let us see what Ten Hag has in plan. I don't think Ten Hag was counting on him last season, and he got injured. And I think he had him in the plan, but we'll see. I want to go to holiday with Jarvis. All right, we're closing the shop, guys. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
It's
hey, we
getting
have
hot
a
in
super chat. We have a super chat from JJ John Johnson.
John Johnson.
Okay,
Yes.
here it is. You do it, Mick. I don't have my reading glasses.
Oh, you're blind now. You're blinded by the light. Ooh, I'm blinded by the tits.
Lost train of thought, lost his sight as well.
I'm not surprised in that household.
Big up John Ball. Sorry, I need to hold my laugh here. John Ball, your quality, mate. Great show, Jarvis. Hope you're enjoying the holiday. Big up to the mods and the VR room. Rashford signing is a dagger in my heart. Yeah, I know. If you don't know the story with John Johnson and Rashford, they have a sort of a bromance which is inseparable. That's the thing. At the end of the day, he signed a 5-year contract. Homegrown talent, ain't going nowhere. Just it is what it is. It's not us to sign the targets, but we can certainly have opinions, John. So thank you for your donation, mate, and wish you a good evening as well. Good evening. What
Stephanie
is
Griffith? 91 likes. 9 more for 100.
So we could do better.
We can do better until we close the shop. But I want to also say what Laurent France is saying. Those actually my exact words, Mick. He never had a chance and got injured for other teams when he finally does. Yeah, true. That's the way I'm seeing as well. So same with Sancho, same what happened with Dele Alli. We shouldn't, throw the stone and judge because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Lee Park is also saying.
I was just saying, Mick, when it comes to Donny, whose place is he going to take in the 25-man squad? Because if Donny stays, Hannibal or Mainu or some of the other youngsters won't get the chance.
They've got to be loaned out.
And Bruno is never injured. He always plays. And now we have also Mason Mount. So where is Donny?
I don't know. Maybe they will loan Donny out to Ajax. I don't know.
For me, it's one of those. It's just because you don't make it at Man United does not mean you're a bad player. Donny's not a bad player. Personally, I just don't think he suits the British game. Full stop. I think his physicality, his mobility, just isn't at the level needed to succeed at the top level of the British game.
No, I watched the interview, post-match interview today, and he gave it away that he's been working really hard behind the scenes, mentally, physically. He had time to prepare. So all I'm saying is give the guy a little bit of a time, see how he goes. And yes, maybe he didn't have time to prep, but he wasn't even favored for when we bought him. He was training like a maniac behind the scenes, and Ollie never sort of looked at him it was favoritism as FC. Okay. What else do we have to say more than
today? We saw Donny outperform Mason Mount. I know why DJ Superfly is saying that comment, but I think Donny needs to just have a reset, of location and everything. It's one of those things. It's exactly what you said about him, that it doesn't mean if you don't make it at Man United, you're a horrible player.
I just want to big up for Mo Hams as well. We have to mention this. Manchester United sales process has not been paused. Now they're doing essays again, like the professor essays. Sheikh Yassim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe feel somewhat in limbo. How do you know? Have you called them and spoke to them personally? But neither of them plan to pull out. It sounds like a Pornhub here all of a sudden. No plans to pull
it sounds like Jarvis's house again.
Wow.
I've got nothing more to say that this is absolutely BS. I call this bullshit spinning, right? What are you writing here? Somewhere in limbo? How do you know? It sounds like all creative writing, and all of a sudden you're a writer for Pornhub. No one wants to pull out. Sorry. Even Jarvis Hugh Hefner house is more interesting today.
And Jacobs.
Yeah.
Firmly on his fence.
No, I do expect to see Keegan tomorrow jumping on one of those fan cams, competitive fan cams tomorrow, and tell him stories. I personally don't want to sort of invite him to this channel because I don't think it's real, right? And even if I do, I probably have to pay 500 quid for them for spinning the stories. And I don't want to do that because on this channel, we call a spade, and we allow you to be you. And, people come here for a reason. That's the thing. Don't want to clickbait or anything. Hype mode. The spin is going. You're reporting from a swing club now. Oh, okay. Saying on Twitter, last negotiation for Amrabat have speed up today. Yeah, that's going to be speeding up. The thing is, if we know we got outgoings coming, we can start negotiating. Right. I have nothing more to say than Jarvis singing porn in the USA for Melianteno. He's on fire. Somebody, did you censor his tweet? Why are you doing that?
sorry,
Stop
I put
touching
it back.
Put your hands off the cookie jar. He doesn't want to display this. I was like, we're pressing it. Jarvis singing porn in the USA.
I was
No,
born
it's
in the
getting out of-
USA.
Now it's getting out of the line. We are gasping for air. Jarvis is the boss Springsteen, 100%. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that was the. Hang on. In the USA.
And just to end the stream, 96 likes, people. We need 4
96
more
likes.
to
Four
get
more
to
likes.
100.
Four more.
If we get 4 likes, why is Kova not on the squad that's traveling to the USA? Come on.
Is it not?
Who?
He's not.
Who's not traveling?
This is
Kova's got to
wild.
be.
It
Our
means he's going
goalkeeper
back.
Kova,
He's going
Nathan
back to
Bishop.
Sparta Prague.
Tom Heaton, and Vitek and Dean Henderson are the goalkeepers that are traveling.
Wow.
What?
Shocked. Like you say, Jarvis must be going back to Sparta Prague.
Okay, we have one
Yeah.
like. Just placed in the Cosmos. Just
Thank
liked
you.
it. Henderson is going. He thinks. Yeah. Lee
Is that
Parker
to Falls
he wants
Forest?
to see the dressing gown next time. Big up Mick Jarvis, Hefner, and everyone. Simon Heron, big up for all of you guys for having a fantastic evening with us, calling us a spade, calling no bullshit or true. That's what we try to do. He's not going for the tour though. What's Mohammed saying? Okay. By the way,
Yeah.
interesting.
One more topic, just a quick one. Fred, he didn't go to the US. He wasn't in the squad. Do we know
Apparently,
anything about that?
he has a personal reason, and he's going to join a little later on. That's what I heard, but he's not on the list of the traveling squad. So
So who
Yeah.
is on the list?
the midfielders is Ahmad. There's the forwards: Anthony Alanga, Omari Forsen, Alejandro Garnacho, Anthony Martial, and Marcus Rashford. And then there's Donny van de Beek, Jadon Sancho, Pelistri, Mount, McTominay, Maino, Hannibal, Dan Gore, Bruno Fernandes, Christian Eriksen, Casemiro, Anthony, and Ahmad. And then in defense, Diego Dallo, Fernandes, Lindelof, Maguire, Martinez, Luke Shaw, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, and Brendan Williams. And we already read the goalkeepers.
Okay, we
Yeah.
reached 101 likes right now, is what I see. Wicked.
Hey.
No, it's gonna be interesting because we're playing Arsenal on Saturday as well. Right, that's the big game that I'm looking forward. Arsenal, and
Yeah.
might do something on Saturday, Sunday. I reached out to Colleen, from the Terrace. She's a big Gooner fan, so we might do something. Big up 101. So we're definitely looking to do a sort of a pre-match for Arsenal. That's such a big game, so we got to sort of hear what.
Yeah,
The Gooners
I'll be
have to
going
say.
to it. I'm going to attend the game.
Will ya?
So
Oh, brilliant.
We do expect your live reporting. You
I
gotta
will. Yes, we'll try and do a live report from the
Post-match.
scene.
do a post-match reaction. Puppy.
Jarvis, are you going to any of the games while you're over there?
No,
Say that one more time,
I
Jen.
haven't got any tickets, but
Jarvis.
All right. So, Puppy, you're going to be there. You're going to do a post-match reaction. We're going to call you. And you're going to be there. You're going to gas it up, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah.
definitely looking forward to that. Big time. Listen, guys, it's been a fantastic show. Thanks, everyone, for your support tonight. Thank you, everyone, for smashing the like button. Thank you for everyone that subscribed. If you haven't, please support us as we are on the road now to 20K. If we received 15.6, we can go all the way to the top. I'm on the highway to
Help.
help. Yeah. Listen, it's going to be a interesting game on Saturday. Puppy, I wish you a fantastic experience, man. Seriously, I'm so jealous of you going for the game, but definitely we're looking forward for some feeds as well, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, Sally's in the house. Good night, everyone. We forgot to mention Sally. Big up, Sally, for sticking with us. Big up for everyone, for 200 people that was in the chat room today. We love you. It is peace, love, and onana. Usually we say banana, but now it's peace, love, and banana. Onana.
Banana.
Listen, everyone.
Na na na.
Listen, I wish you all a happy evening, good morning, wherever you're calling in from. This has been Mick Ruby. Next to me, Jarvis Hugh Hefner Cockner.
Okay.
If you missed that, go back. That was classic.
That's not going away, Jarvis.
Yeah.
That nickname is not going away.
It ain't going away. This is a realist classic now. John Ball, thank you for jumping in as well as usual. Johnny, you can always see as moderator, one of the tools and the spanners. Thank you for the moderators for moderating, and Power Hour as usual. What will we do without your energy, man? And thanks for playing Onana, Mr. Onana, Puppy Onana. Please smash a like to all of them. Follow them on the Twitter, and we shall see you very soon. Hopefully on Friday. If nothing happens, something major happens tomorrow, I'll be on as per usual. Thank you. Good night. Peace, love, and that's all, folks. Bye for now.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.